This game was a roller coaster of emotions and a game of runs as the Boston Celtics mount a massive second half comeback, dominating in the fourth quarter, led by Derrick White and Jayson Tatum. The Celtics get a nice victory, 118 to 112 on their first half of the back-to-backs this week. We had fantastic performances from the Celtics, 7 guys in the double digits with key players out. We'll be breaking down how these Celtics performed tonight, and a fantastic performance from Derrick White, the king of the fourth quarter. All of that and more on this episode of Celtics Digest. I'm Bruce Veliz. But before we dive into this Boston Celtics content, I would like to say that roughly 79.6% of our viewers are not subscribed, and would greatly appreciate it if you guys hit that big old red subscribe button and join the Celtics Digest family. We recently just hit 3,000 subscribers. Our new goal is 4,000, so if you want to make sure you stay up to date on daily Boston Celtics content, hit that subscribe button, as you definitely will not regret it. But let's dive into this Celtics news at hand. So make sure to grab a snack, as it is going to be an impactful one as we dive into the Celtics securing a massive comeback tonight in this game versus the New Orleans Pelicans. Now, before we dive in and look at the team stats and look at the box scores for this game, I want to give you guys my analysis of the game. And let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below as well. What your analysis was, if I'm right, if I'm wrong, etc. But what I'm going to say is the Boston Celtics had a very sluggish first quarter and first half overall. The Celtics were passing up a lot of scores at the basket for three-pointers in the first half, and it wasn't looking great for the Celtics, as the New Orleans Pelicans at the end of the first quarter were shooting 56% from it as a team and were making a lot of the shots. Celtics defense wasn't really there in the first half, and it was a little bit tough for the Celtics to make some opportunities. In the third quarter, though, the Celtics fought back very bigly versus this Pelicans team, going on bits of runs, even though Zion Williamson was scoring mainly in the second half for this Pelicans team. Brandon Ingram really controlling the first half for this Pelicans team. The Celtics maintained to keep on their runs and just fight back versus this team, chipping away in the third quarter, trying to get it close. And they had it, at a lead at one point late in the third quarter, but the Pelicans started to mount back and kind of bounce back versus the Boston Celtics late. But in the fourth quarter, the Celtics absolutely dominated, led by Derrick White, who was absolutely phenomenal in this fourth quarter, cold throughout the rest of the game, but when it needed him most, he showed up and made impactful plays for this Boston Celtics team. Jayson Tatum looked great as well on the offensive side of the ball, and Jaylen Brown and Jrue Holiday were doing everything that they could to help out on the defensive side of the ball, while Al Horford was being the main glue guy for the Celtics team. But let's dive in and look at some of these team stats. Like I mentioned, the Celtics didn't shoot the greatest. They shot 50% from the field, but that was after a big second half. In the first half in the first quarter, they weren't shooting that great. Shooting, 38% from three, with the Pelicans only shot around 29. The Celtics started to step it up from there, but early in the first half, it wasn't that effective. Around the same in the free throw department, but the Celtics nearly got edged out 77 to 75%. The Celtics missing some clutch free throws late in the game to make this a little bit more dramatic. That would have been helpful for them as well. Tied on rebounds at 39 apiece. Celtics getting 2 more defensive, with the Pelicans getting some more offensive rebounds. Until the fourth quarter, it seemed like the Pelicans were out rebounding and dominating the Celtics on the second chance glass points, but it was kind of sad for the Boston Celtics as they were to bounce back on that. Assists, Celtics had 5 more. Pelicans 3 more blocks. Celtics 1 more steal. Pelicans 1 more turnover. The Pelicans obviously dominating in the points in the paint, 62-46, but the Celtics really strived on making those threes. A lot of people want to hate on that Missoula ball and the Celtics not making their opportunities in the first half, but in the second half, it really cooked up for them after driving to the rack. We want to look at the Celtics team. They were short-handed tonight. They were questionable with Al Horford, but no Luke Kornet and no Kristaps Porzingis. The Boston Celtics then had a shortened lineup. We want to look at the game. Jayson Tatum, 10 for 18 from the field, 2 for 8 from 3, 6 for 7 from the free throw, with 10 total rebounds, 8 assists, 3 steals, 1 block, and 7 costly turnovers. 28 total points for him. Al Horford, big glue guy for the Celtics, 4 for 9 from the field, 3 for 6 from 3, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 block, 11 points. Really hitting those threes for the Boston Celtics after having a cold night from 3 versus the Los Angeles Clippers. Jrue Holiday doing everything he could for the Boston Celtics, really stepping up with Kristaps Porzingis being out and Derrick White not really being that great offensively besides the fourth quarter. Jrue Holiday was keeping this momentum train alive and helping the Celtics fight back into this game. 7 for 11 from the field, 3 for 5 from 3, 3 for 4 from the free throw, with 3 total rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, and 20 total points. Jaylen Brown doing awesome on the defensive side of the ball, helping out the Celtics in the intangibles, grabbing a lot of rebounds, 11 total, 9 defensive, 1 for 5 from 3, but hitting a big-time free for the Boston Celtics with his one and only 3. 8 for 15 from the field, 5 for 7 from the free throw, with 7 total assists and 22 points. But the man of the hour is Derrick White, 15 total points in that fourth quarter, 6 for 14 from the field, 4 for 10 from three-point range. But man, did he make those threes in the clutch moments for the Boston Celtics, hitting the switch and turning up when the Celtics needed him most. 1 total rebound, 4 assists, and 17 points from Mr. Derrick White. From the bench unit, we can see Sam Hauser also finished in double digits for the Boston Celtics with 11 total points, 4 for 8 from the field, 3 for 7 from 3, with 1 assist and 1 steal. Oshae Brissett bringing some nice energy for the Celtics, only totaling in 5 total rebounds and no total points. Neemias Queta, the backup big for the Boston Celtics, had himself an alright game tonight with, no Luke Kornet and no Kristaps Porzingis. Finished with 4 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist, but not the greatest from Queta. And Payton Pritchard, who has been phenomenal for the Boston Celtics as recently. Not the greatest shooting night, 2 for 5, 1 for 4 from 3, but man, does he make some impact. 1 steal, playing great defense, and 5 total points for the Boston Celtics. Honestly, the turnovers were very costly for the Boston Celtics early in this game, but like I mentioned, they turned up late in the fourth quarter, led by Jayson Tatum and Derrick White. Jaylen Brown playing fantastic defense, and Al Horford being that glue guy. If we want to look at the Pelicans roster, you can see, like I mentioned, Zion Williamson had a fantastic second half, struggled late in the fourth quarter, but besides that, played fantastic, finishing with 26 points. Brandon Ingram had a big first half, hit some big shots for the Pelicans to keep them alive late in the fourth quarter, but he finished with 28 points. McCollum, very, very, very hot to start, but very, very cold to finish the game, finishing with 16. And Trey Murphy finished with 15th off the bench, 3 for 10 from three-point range for the Pelicans. Honestly, Boston Celtics got a fantastic dub here tonight. We saw some big improvements to this roster as well if we want to look at this team. Obviously, Derrick White having that big fourth quarter, and Al Horford stepping up tremendously for the Boston Celtics, having a great impact game. Like I said, turnovers was what cost us a little bit in the first half. Not the greatest defense, and the Celtics passing up a lot of opportunities at the rack for going for three-pointers early on. The Celtics bought back into that mindset in the second half, started attacking the rim, playing great defense, and started hitting their threes late in the fourth quarter to secure this victory for the Celtics, 118-112. The Celtics will be on tomorrow night taking on the Indiana Pacers as they take in their second night of the back-to-back. Most likely, no Al Horford for the Celtics in that matchup as he will need some rest. We'll have to wait and see with Kristaps Porzingis. He has been resting, and we do know that this injury is not that severe. So could he be back for the Boston Celtics tomorrow? That is something that we're going to need to see, because if not, and all 3 of those guys are out, Neemias Queta is going to be that one big that the Celtics have, and they'll have to prioritize that front court depth, probably utilizing more of an Oshae Brissett lineup or of a Lamar Stevens lineup as well. But the Boston Celtics coming out and getting a fantastic victory versus the New Orleans Pelicans, 118-112. Let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions of this game in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode of Celtics Digest. I'm Bruce Velez, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.